Hey YouTubers, so this is part 2 of the tea wine, which we started off in March. Been out for a week or so because I got a bum knee, lame, so had to rest up, not do a lot, so it's driving me crazy. So what we've got now is a lovely finished fermented product with a yeast or a cake at the bottom. So what we're going to do is you can add stabilizers in, or you can just leave it as is. But I want this to drop, so I open it up. Oh, it smells kind of nice. So what I've got here is wine finnings, or finings, whatever you want to call it. This part, CO2. There is a part A and a part B. So what we do is we put in part A and then give it a swirl around, leave it for an hour, add part B. And then this will join onto all the yeast in the solution and make it drop. So what we're going to do is, this is enough to make 25 litres, which is fine because I'm using it for lots of things. So we just put in a little squish, like so. You only need a tiny bit for a gallon. And then just give it a swirl, like so. Help get some of the gases off. And you can see it all kind of mixing up, but that's okay because it will drop. So I've got the lid on here, and I'm going to leave it now for an hour and then add part B. So it's been about an hour, and this is all lovely and mixed in. So we take the lid off, get your finnings, part B, take a little whoop, and again put in a little blob, like so, just a little bit. Since I said this is enough for clearing 25 litres. And again, you just put the lid on and give it a swirl. Some people just give it a light swirl. Since the yeast is going to settle anyway, just give it a good blah, 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 blah. Like so, and this also degases it a bit. Like so. And then basically, we just leave it. Leave it for 24 to 48 hours, and this should get all the yeast that's in suspension to drop to the bottom. So I'm going to put it there, and then by the power of magic of television, or whatever you call it, YouTube, we'll be back. So last time you saw me, it was a couple of days ago. It has been nice weather, so I've been out doing other things, generally making a nuisance of myself. So here is the tea wine. As you can see now, it is lovely and clear. The finnings, or finings, whatever you want to call it, they've done their job. It is perfectly clear. Now it's time to bottle. So if you listen to my rant, I said about using recycled bottles. These are 6 recycled bottles. I've taken the labels off, because got to make it look pretty. They're all 6 are the same because, funny enough, the person that gives me the bottles that I exchange for wine drinks this wine. So all the bottles are pretty much the same. So what we're going to do, it's got my tube, the jug, and I'm going to pour out the first litre, being careful not to shake it up too much because we don't want to get the sediment in. You're going to get a little bit, but not too much. So take out a bit there, and that'll be for that bottle. And since we've already got it sideways, I'm just going to start pouring into the bottle. As you can see, all lovely, lovely. There's 3. This is one of the cloudiest ones because it was just about the last. This one there. We've got this one, so I'm going to chuck this in here. And the sediment isn't really going to affect the flavour, and it is going to pour itself away. So it is going to settle itself out, so you're not going to have to worry. And now we just kind of even it up. So we want them about just a little bit taller. So in we go. Somewhere around there. Around there. Pour a little bit of this one out. So these are all about the same, as you can see. So here is 5 bottles. I could extract the 6th one, but really a siphon tube is the best. And this is the cloudy one. As you can tell, this is where the sediment is just starting to come through, but you've got 4 pretty much perfectly clear bottles. Now, in a lot of wine recipes it will tell you to degas the wine. Once you've bottled it, like so, put on the nice clean caps. And give it a shake. And then we can just let the bubbles decide. You hear that little psst? That's the wine degassed. It's also got CO2, which is in the way, which forms a good atmosphere. It just helps, you know, keep a nice, like I said, atmosphere. So your bottle doesn't get, your bottle of wine doesn't get too oxidized. Not that this really makes any difference, since you open a bottle and leave it to breathe, which oxidizes the wine. But you don't want it before it does it. And then this one is the last one, which is, funny enough, the cloudy one. Oh, so what I'm going to do with the cloudy one, just to prove the point, plus I want to try this, this looks pretty cool, is I'm going to pour out a little glass, just a little sip, as you do, and give it a go. Oh, that's quite nice. It's cheeky. Actually tastes like quite a nice wine. Almost like a store-bought one. So, how would I describe this? Ooh. It's dryish. And it has a floral bouquet. Slightly, it is citrusy, but you wouldn't think it was a lemon, more like I don't know, mixture of citrus. It's sweeter. You can add sugar, but because we don't use preservatives, or I don't use them as a general rule, we've got this sweetener. But this is a sucralose sweetener. It's a sugar-based sweetener that isn't sugar. Go figure, right? So I know from previous experience that I like mine dry, but just to take sort of like the dry bite that you can get, oh yes, using the finger funnel, 1 teaspoon of this sweetener in. I do have clean hands, funny enough, because these have been bleached, and I also have a thing that's being bleached. Now I can take my lid, I can shake it up, just let these bubbles settle. Drink this bit. That's nice. Now, tea wine is great for many reasons. I mean, it costs nothing, pretty much. And what you get from it is pretty damn good. And you can pretty much do it with any tea. So, just added a little bit of sweetness back to it. Ooh. And again, it's changed the flavor profile. It now is bringing out more of the citrus. So you can actually taste it's a lemon now. So 1 is enough. 2 you'll get to like a, well, what I class as sweet, but I suppose is a medium. And 3 is insane. So I will say with the sucralose sweeteners, or just sweeteners in general, when you add them in, they're going to make a flavor, but the real sweetness doesn't come through for a week or so. Unless you use sugar, of course. So, this one is the dreggy ones, which is fine, because you can use this, anything you'd use white wine for, you can use this for. So I may make some white wine chicken with this one. Or I can just drink it, I mean, it makes no difference. These are the lovely clear ones, as you can see, straight through them. You can label them, print off a nice label and things. I'm going to be giving this one away, I believe. Yeah, that's quite full. To someone who's going to appreciate it. Who gave me the bottle. and these are going to stay in the storage. So what I'm just going to do is pop these in the rack, and we know what they are and no one else will. Mwah. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. This is the part 2, so cheers.